Hello, everyone. I'm going to start in a second, but first, and before I introduce myself, how is an innovative bird? I really need the innovative bird is yours. You were the winner.
Yeah.
I need to say it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So much beauty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, so hello, my name is Israel Griol. Yeah, I work in this university. I'm very sorry that I'm wearing the mask. Yeah, well, I have some friends. Yeah.
Not everyone returned from the break.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just
It's okay.
introducing. You know, yes.
We are recording. So
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, you know, we're not gonna. Well, I'm gonna go for the introductory stuff. You know, and that's it. And we will go directly to the point when everybody's there. But yeah, it's great that you are looking. Yeah, taking care of your students or of your workmates. That's great. Classmates or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So as I was saying, my name is Israel. I work in this university. I have been working in this university for many years now. I will show you then. I have a slide about myself, but I will show it in the other presentation because this is the institutional presentation. Why is that? Because I work here managing the entrepreneurial ecosystem of this university. Yeah. And we have a vice-rectorate of students and entrepreneurship, yeah. Then we have a unit that is called Ideas UPV, that is basically what we do is to help students that want to create a company, that want to take a business, yeah. So we will, more or less, this is what we do, yeah. And we have been doing that since 1992. Nobody here was born in 1992, that's correct? Yeah, okay. I was 8 years old, yeah, I was a little kid. So I was not mentoring startups when Ideas UPV started. In fact, I would say that I didn't know what was a startup when I was 8 years old, yeah. I was watching TV, I was watching Dragon Ball. Do you know what is Dragon Ball? Yeah, okay, fantastic. Well, you know about our university, and you know this is about the institutional thing. Yeah, it's going to take me like 5 minutes, and then, well, I'm going to explain you how it's going to be these few hours with me. Yeah. So first thing that we're going to do is that I'm going to explain you what kind of services we have in this university related to entrepreneurship. Yeah, that's the first thing. I hope that it's going to be like 5 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that. Yeah. After that, I would like to give you like a small pill on how we create startups here. What is the methodology that we use? Yeah. Do you have any backgrounds on that? Do you like the topic, or it's the topic? It's do you have any? Would you like to know how to create a startup? Or yeah. Okay. That's fantastic. Yeah. I want to know if you're interested in the topic, or if I need to do, I don't know, a striptease or something like that in order to have your attention. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, and after that, we will go all together and we will visit the ecosystem, yeah? They haven't had a visit of more than 2 people since 2019, more or less, yeah? Or 2020 March, yeah? Because in March 2020, something happened. I don't know if you know something about COVID and things like that, yeah? But the problem was that after that, we decided not to do any more visits. Why is that? Because there are some startups, there are like 5 people working in the startup, and if one of them was having COVID, maybe the startup was going to disappear. Yeah. So as you can imagine, that was the reason why we decided not to do more visits during all the pandemics. It looks like we have forgotten COVID. Yeah. So we're gonna go there and to do a small visit there. Yeah? It's not gonna take us 2 months. And after that, if we have time, before you have lunch, I will show you a small, it's not, you know, it's not a fair one, it's not, well, it's a business fair, yeah? We have a lot of companies that come here to the university to recruit students that you know, that would apply for jobs for those big companies, yeah? So I don't know if you have realized that we have like a lot of stands all around the Polytechnical campus right now. Have you seen it, that? Yeah, no, it's just there, you know, it's just in the Agora. Usually in the Agora, we don't have so many small boxes with people there, you know, they don't live there, you know, it is just because we're doing this business fair right now. I'm going to tell you some secrets about that. Every company that is there have paid around 1,000, 2,000 euros for 2 days here in the university with a small box in which they're going to receive curriculums from students from this university. Why do you think that companies are paying 2,000 euros to be here 2 days? Why? Why do you think that they will pay 2,000 euros for that? 2,000 euros is a lot of money here in Spain. I don't know where you...
So people are more worth than the 2,000.
People are more worth, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. These 2,000 euros must be something that they are willing to pay for something in return, of course, yeah? And you're saying people, yeah, that's it. If somebody asks me what is the most important asset that we have in this university, I would say that are our students, yeah? That are the talent, yeah? So it is true. They know that the good ones are, well, of course, we have many good ones, yeah? But they know that if they are not fast, they're gonna lose the opportunity to hire a good one. Yeah? So they want to be here recruiting even before you finish your degree, even before you start thinking about getting a job. Yeah. So that's the reason why we organize this. And yes, it's a money maker. You know the concept money maker. Yeah, it's a money maker for the university because we are taking advantage of the most important asset of this university, that is the talent. Yeah, it's our students. So as I was saying, Ideas UPV. Ideas UPV is our entrepreneurial unit, entrepreneurial services. Started in 1992, we have several awards from the European Union. We are doing our 30th anniversary this year. Sadly, it's not today, our 30th anniversary, because as you know, here in Valencia, and if you don't know, you should know it, every time that we need to celebrate something, we have a big paella. Yeah? So I'm totally sure that somehow during the year, we will do a big party for celebrating the 30 years of Ideas UPV, and we will have a big paella. Have you eaten paella so far? Yeah?
Yes, it's very good.
Yes, it's very good. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's much better than sushi. Okay, so what are the services that we have here? So the first thing that we need to do is to foster entrepreneurial culture among the students. Why is that? Because only 1% of the students of this university will create a company. Only 1%. Not everybody will create a company. Yeah, that means that, for example, in this room, maybe 1, 2 people, or maybe more, will create a company. Yeah, but we believe that every student needs to acquire entrepreneurial skills. You know what are entrepreneurial skills? For example, working in a team. Yeah. Leadership. Leadership, super important. Yeah. We have a leader here. Creativity. Yeah. You were defining an innovative verb. Yeah. That's also creativity. That's also a very important entrepreneurial entrepreneurial skill. And what about resilience? You know what is resilience? It's how many times you can be beaten and you on the floor, yeah, and you decide to stand up again and start again. That's resilience at the end, yeah. I remember one guy that told me that resilience is like being like a stubborn, yeah. So deciding to go for the thing, yeah, at the end. So yes, yeah. Then we have mentoring in the creation and development of startups. Yeah, so for example, of course, we mentor startups that are being created by students, but it could happen that, for example, a student finishes their degree here in the university, and 10 years later, they decide to come here. We don't charge anyone. Our mentoring services are completely for free. Yeah. We do trainings as well. I will show you some trainings later. Yeah. We organize challenges like a hackathon. Do you know what is a hackathon? Yeah, maybe you have participated in some of them. So we put some challenges that the students need to solve. Are you engineers here? Or are you studying for engineers? Or yes, okay. I'm also an engineer. I'm telecommunication engineer. Yeah, and I'm PhD since last week. By the way, I finished my PhD. 2 weeks ago, it is true. Thank you very much. On quantum computing, I didn't know anything about quantum computing like 2 years ago, yeah, but I decided to go that way. And it's not related to entrepreneurs. Well, it's an application for entrepreneurship, but what is inside the PC is not related to entrepreneurship. Yeah, but I wanted to do something technical as well. Yeah, and why is that? Because engineers, we are really, really, really good solving problems, but traditionally we are not as good with new initiative and creating stuff. Yeah. So the thing is that we tell our students that are engineers, we have this problem, let's solve it. They solve the problem, and then, well, that solution is really good. Why don't you start a company and start selling that? And we have created many startups thanks to the challenges and hackathons that we do in this university. Yeah. We distinguish also startups from spin-offs. Spin-offs are created by researchers from this university. Yeah. So at the end, they have a patent, they have a software that is property of the university, by the way. Yeah. And they create that company with an agreement with the university. That's an spin-off. Startups are created by graduates and students from this university. And the university never takes equity from those companies. Equity, you understand what I mean? We don't have any percentage from those companies. For example, the UPV could have 5% or even 10% from a spin-off. But the university never takes a percentage of a startup created by a student. Yeah. We help them access to funding. We have a team building platform that is called Temerat. So for example, we say, I have this idea, but I need a team. So we help startups to find the perfect profiles that they need for the team. That's also really cool, because at the beginning, it was totally, well, it was doing by hand, you know? I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it was just, okay, publish your idea. We have some database. Let's see who is interested, and that's it, yeah? But right now, we are putting some artificial intelligence there to do the matching. Really good. And then we have also an accelerator, incubator ecosystem that is called Start UPV, that is my area. It's the one that I manage, yeah? That it has been there since 2012, and we have helped more than 2,200 startups since then, yeah? That have been incubated here in the university. Well, these are our numbers: 8,000 new entrepreneurs, almost 6,000 new startups, yeah? And from these groups, there were projects. At the end, they created around 900 startups. When we reach 1,000 new companies, yeah, we will have a big fire again, as you can imagine. Okay. Well, I'm not going to tell you more about that. I will show you some examples. This is Kloska. Kloska is one of our most important startups that started here in the university. They started with this helmet for bicycles that collapses, you know. So it's a foldable helmet, we could say, yeah. They have the wall pattern for all the helmets for bikes that collapse from outside to inside, yeah. They produce it in China, yeah. Well, that's not very sustainable, but with sustainable materials and you know, pretty good at the end. They launched the project in Kickstarter. You know what is Kickstarter? You know what's a crowdfunding campaign? So in pre-sales, they got like $80,000 before they created the helmet. Yeah, this is the Kloska bottle made from glass, also sustainable. At the end, you have your backpack and you can put the product there. Yeah, this is the Kloska mask. It was a super fiasco for them because they say that it was FFP2 and it was nothing like that. Yeah, and also the render image that they put it at the beginning, it was nothing to do with the real product at the end, yeah? But COVID, you know, pandemics, they couldn't go to China to see how it was being produced. And that's a problem because if you have a good reputation, a new product can be a problem, yeah? And now they are doing this app to find all the fountains with water in Valencia so that they are promoting also the use of their bottle and not being using so much plastic. At the end, what is in common of a helmet, a sustainable glass bottle, this Kloska mask that you can only change the filter and the app to use water. So they bet on sustainability. They envision a new kind of city. Yeah. So it's urban transition at the end, as you can see. Yeah. Kickstarter again. Yeah. Moonlighter. It was the game who raised more money in Kickstarter in 2018. I don't know if you know how much is to produce, how much money you need to produce a new game. It's about 250,000 euros. 250, 100,000. I'm really bad. You know, I used to be an engineer. I mean this. 250,000. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, this amount of dollars is what we need to create a video game. Yeah, like this one. And they, before they started programming, only with a video, they were able to have $134,000 with Kickstarter. Now this game is in every platform that you can imagine. They are in Nintendo Switch, PS, PC as well, and now they are in Netflix. I didn't know that in Netflix you have access to games. Did you know that?
No.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. If you have Netflix, you can access to a platform with games, because the other day the guy.
Since like a couple of weeks. Or
it's not there anymore.
It's yeah.
It's a new thing.
Started like a couple of weeks.
Okay, thanks. Because the other day the guy from Digital Sun told me, we are in Netflix now, and I say, I didn't know that you have done a series, yeah, or a sitcom or something, yeah. No, our game is in Netflix. What the heck, yeah. We have Hyperloop, you know. Hyperloop. Do you know what is Hyperloop? Have you?
Yeah.
There is a new series I think it's in Prime Video, that is called Upload. Have you watched Upload? You need to watch Upload. It's really good. Yeah, it's like The Wall in 20. You don't like it? Yeah. Okay. So just recommend me better series then. Yeah. So at the end, they are in the future, and they're traveling from Los Angeles to New York by Hyperloop. Yeah. So this guy is going to be the substitute of the airplane. Yeah. It's basically a tube with a high-speed train being sucked through the tube. Yeah, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but yes, it's how it works. And we had a team of students from this university that went to a SpaceX from Elon Musk. I know that you know Elon Musk. Yeah, and they win. They beat the MIT. You know the MIT? It's the university where Iron Man studied. Yeah. And these guys beat the guys from the MIT, yeah. And right now they are a company called Celeros, and they raised 8 million euros last year in a funding round. Hello.
Hello.
We have also Kevin, also from this university, from the communication engineer. They're doing artificial intelligence to detect, well, you know, data set of images, and they say, okay, you have cancer, you're gonna die in 2 months. Yeah, things like that. It's what they do. Yeah. Okay. Great. We have. Great, yeah. Next, we have Solaton as well, yeah, as you can see here, that, you know, there's a lot of projects about sustainability energy, yeah, or sustainable energy, yeah. But most of them are electric energy, yeah. These ones are thermal energy, and basically everything good in life, you need thermal energy, yeah. For example, meat, beer, wine, even to do computers. To make computers, you also need some hot air, yeah. And the hot air, traditionally, the only thing that they have is a boiler. They put gasoline, they put fossil fuels, they burn them, and with that they have the energy that they need, thermal energy, heat, yeah. So they have done a solar boiler, and even that everybody thinks that these are solar panels. No, they are playing with mirrors, yeah. And with the mirrors, they are able to generate the energy. They are now all around the world, and in the cap table, so some people that have invested in this company include companies from IBEX 35, that is the main stock market in Spain. Yeah. So you know Inditex, Zara. Yeah. So in the Zara, you know Zara. Yeah. It's a shop. It's a clothes shop. Yeah. Primark. You know Primark. Another one is called Zara. Nothing to do with Primark. Yeah. But at the end, yeah, very famous. Okay. So 3 companies from IBEX 35 have invested in these guys. Well, we have Covered Wallet, insurances, but you know why have I put this example? Because they were also from telecommunications, and they raised more than 100 million euros in private rounds. Yeah, they sold the company. Well, we have a guy who decided to print a house. Yeah, this house is in the university, by the way, and as you see. This is the 3D printers, and they printed the house in a matter of hours, yeah. And they designed the machine, and they designed the house as well, yeah. So it's affordable houses as well. Yeah. We have, for example, well, Cosmos as well. They use IoT, you know, IoT, Internet of Things, yeah, in order to know if the concrete is done to go for the next flat in a construction building, yeah. With this, they save money, they save time, they are more efficient in terms of sustainability, and also they save lives. Because if the concrete is not done and I decide to go for the next floor, some people could die, yeah, because it will collapse, yeah. So that's really cool as well. We have even Inuit, you know, they're doing shampoo, but in solid shampoo. Instead of a bottle, they use this small capsule, we could say, yeah, okay. So,
What's the point?
you don't like it?
Yeah, I mean, you need liquid for shampoo.
But what's the point of that? You know, one of these is like 3 bottles of shampoo, of liquid shampoo, less plastics, less. It's about sustainability, and also what I need to tell you is that people who have used it, not me, they say that's fantastic. The only thing that I can say is about that. Yeah?
I use bar shampoo. It's very good for the hair, better than the
How
better.
can you use it?
Like you use it, it's not natural.
And also,
You can't just use it.
I don't know how it works. You know, I have been washing my hands since the pandemic, but I don't know how to wash my hands. Yeah? Okay. And last but not least, we have also this one. You know, this is Digma. Digma is a keyboard that can be divided into parts, as you see. This guy is 400 euros, by the way. Yeah, so really expensive, but really cool. You know, when the pandemic started, some companies were blessed as well. These guys were blessed, yeah? Everybody has improved their equipment to work from home, for example. They finished all the stock when the pandemic started, yeah? And you know, well, you know the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, yeah? So one of the things that we do at the beginning is that every startup that comes to our incubator commits to one or several SDGs. That's only the first step, because commitment could be nothing if we don't do something about it, yeah? So of course, the first thing they do is they commit. Then we give them tools, as for example, to measure their carbon footprint, to measure their impact, yeah? You know, there is a very important certification all around the world that is B Corp. We had our first B Corp company this year. And so first step, commit, then measure, and then improve. This is what we do, basically, yeah? And this is my, you know, I really wanted to show you some examples of what we do in the university, but at the end, in terms of services, we have mentoring for free, we have incubator as well, we do hackathons, we do training, we do a lot of stuff, yeah, as you see. And now, if you don't mind, I'm going also to introduce you some how we create companies. What is the methodology that we use? Well, anyone here has started a company or has started playing about how to create a startup before? I want to know you. Yeah. So you're an expert here. So you know about about business modeling and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So help me a bit here when we get. And what about the other ones? Nothing. Yeah. So as well. Okay. Fantastic. Well. About me, I told you, telecommunication engineer, business electronic engineering. I used to work in analog devices. I don't know if you know the company, but a big company about electronics. I'm the manager at UPV. I work also as a mentor in other accelerators, and I'm a father of a miracle. Yeah, I don't know how my daughter is alive, but yeah, she's super great. I will tell you about my daughter later. Well, I can show you my daughter. She was born really premature, by the way. She was at the hospital for 2 months. Yeah, so she's a hero. So that's the reason why, you know, some people tell me, what is your major achievement? Yeah, this one, Sarah. Yeah, you see, now. Yeah, amazing, yeah? Super great. Some tips to start. If someday you decide to create a company, what I would tell you is that make sure you understand the problem. Quantify stuff. I will explain you more or less what I mean, yeah? We need to understand that there is a process between having an idea and creating a product that works in a market, yeah? And we need to enjoy the process too, because if not, one of the last services that I introduced in the incubator was a therapist, Why is that? Because many startups believe that if they don't work as a business, then life is over, yeah? And we wanted to make them view that it's not like that, yeah? So that's the reason why we introduced a therapist to help them, yeah, at the end. And of course, that guy never tell me what had happened in the meetings, yeah? I never know. It's totally, private, as you can imagine. But let me explain you the first thing, understand the problem. Why is that? We organized a climathon. It's a hackathon about sustainability and things like that, yeah? And the main idea was to finish with this guy. This guy is the tiger mosquito. You know the tiger mosquito? Yeah? The tiger mosquito is a really annoying thing, yeah? Why it's, what is related this guy to sustainability? Because at the beginning, this guy was in Africa, and when this guy was in Africa, it was not a problem, because we live in the lucky part of the world, yeah. So when this guy was only in Africa, it was a problem for Africa, but Africa is not a problem for us, That was how the Occidental mindset, yeah. So what is the problem? That with global warming, now this guy decided to came to live to this area. Yeah, so it is in Valencia. Yeah, it's in Italy. And I would say that right now maybe it's all around the world. Last time that I went to Norway is this one? Yes, no?
Yeah.
So last time that I went to Norway, I say, oh, Frank, facts. Yeah, I forgot my code. When I was in Trondheim, that is more or less around here. Yeah, there was a heat wave of around 30 degrees in Norway in May. So everybody was with t-shirts in Norway, and it was really high in Norway. Yeah, it was not here. It was around here. Yeah. So yeah. So we wanted to do that. What was the problem? So all the teams that were working against the tiger mosquito was saying, okay, we need to eliminate all the water sources where the mosquito can appear and reproduce. Yeah, and they were designing new plants to clean the parks and things like that in the city. At 12 more or less, the city council came to visit the teams. And they say the following: we clean the parks every day. What we can't clean is your balcony, your terrace, the bottle that you put for the air conditioner, the small dish that you put there or when you water the plants, things like that. Yeah, we can't clean that, but we clean the parks every day. Yeah, so that was the problem. At the end, all the ideas that they were doing were about cleaning the park, yeah? And at the end, everybody discovered at that time that the ideas that they were proposing were not going to solve the problem. And if you're not solving a need from a market, for example, nobody's going to buy your products. The first rule to create a product that is going to be a success is that don't make your customer lose their time. Or for example, we could say as well, don't create something that nobody's going to be willing to pay for. That's, of course, that's obvious, yeah? Let's start with obvious things, but you see? So at the end, everybody changed the idea and they started doing some dissemination campaigns, an app and things like that, in order to make aware about the tiger mosquito and how to eliminate it, yeah? So at the end, this sentence from Albert Einstein, that is this quote from Albert Einstein, I think that's correct. Yeah, I would say that Albert Einstein has told too many things. That's impossible that a guy who could say so many stuff as we say. Yeah, but I think that Albert Einstein one day he said this: if I had an hour to solve a problem, I would spend 55 minutes understanding the problem, and now that I understand the problem, it's easy to think of a solution. But let's dedicate time to think about the problem. Let's make sure that with our idea, we are solving a real problem. Yeah, that would be the first thing that I would say. Do you understand the main idea? Thank you, guys. And then start quantifying everything. One of the, I will work with startups tomorrow that are really starting. The first thing that I'm going to do with them is to quantify their dreams. Yeah, and I will ask them. For example, I will ask them, what do you want to do with your life? What are you creating a startup? Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Is because you want to be a millionaire? Is because you want to have a big impact? They usually are shy and they say that they don't want to be a millionaire. They want to have a big impact. And then my question is, okay, what is big impact for you? Put number and a date to that. It's not the same to say that you want to be a millionaire than that when you say that you would like to have 5 million euros in your bank account by the end of the month. Yeah? It's not the same when you say that you want to have a big impact than when you say that you want to reduce the carbon emissions. That you, for example, imagine that you say one goal from the port of Valencia is that in 2030 they want to be carbon neutral. Yeah. So at the end they neutralize all the carbon emissions that they do. That's huge. But if you want to achieve your dreams, first thing that you need to do is to quantify them, to transform them in a milestone with a number and a thing, so that you can achieve your dreams. Yeah. So we quantify dreams, quantify the problem, how many people and how important is the problem that you're solving. We quantify the market, how big is the market as well. Yeah. The value proposition. What is value proposition? You know what is value proposition?
Yeah. So basically, there are the values down. Like what are your added values, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, it's your added value. Exactly. Thank you very much. Your value proposition is the reason why somebody is going to pick your ideas, your products, instead of all the other alternatives that solve the same problem. Yeah. Imagine that you were a director of a new film. Yeah. For Netflix, I don't know. Yeah. And then you decide the actors and actresses that you're gonna have there. Yeah. So you will say, okay, so I have all these actors. I'm gonna pick this one. So this is basically what a user, a consumer, does when they buy something. Yeah. So you need to be the one that they cast, the one that they choose. Yeah. So that's the value proposition. Why? And also quantify the why. If you are cheaper, how much cheaper you are. If you are better, how much better you are. Yeah. You need to also quantify that, and also you need to quantify the price. So everything needs to be quantified. That's one of the first tips that I give to new startups, because they come with a lot of ideas, but they never give me numbers, at the end. Yeah. And they tell me, but I don't know. I don't have accurate information. Startups never have accurate information. I will show you that in a moment. And of course, we start with an idea, and then so we need time, money, and a team. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I will show you how we do this, but let me introduce you. Well, then when they tell me I want to do something with drones, yeah, or I have this idea, and I say, okay, explain it in this shape. You are a startup. You're going to sell something to someone at this price. Yes, tell me that. Transform your idea in a business opportunity. This is what we do with them. As easy as that. We can be like 5 hours to help them just transform an idea in a business opportunity, like that. And it's so simple, yeah? But this is what we do. For example, Fishy, they sell power windows to real estate developers at 250 euros per window. What is a power window? Power window is this. It's a window with small solar panels in the edge of the window. That's fantastic, yeah? So they came to me. This is my product. Okay, who is going to buy your product and at what price? So they sell power windows to real estate developers at this price. We were like, yeah, more or less 5 hours working together in order to transform this into this, yeah? And a great idea into a business opportunity. Well, I could show you more examples, yeah, but I'm going to go there. Well, this one is really cool. This is a startup that I was mentoring in Vienna. They are called Vienna Textile Lab. And they sell pigments made from bacteria, yeah, to textile companies at a price of 200 euros per kilo. They collect the bacteria, they grow the bacteria in a lab, they separate the dyes. With the dyes, they make a pigment, sustainable pigment, and they sell the pigments to dye textiles. Or have you seen that I mentor a lot of projects that are around sustainability? Do you know why is that? Because I was I was a teacher in a business school, private business school, not in the Polytechnical University, in another place, And I remember that I was working with really rich guys, yeah. And one of them told me, my idea is to create like Tinder. You know what is Tinder? Yeah, okay, everybody's saying, yeah. Well, I want to do Tinder, but only to have sex and for millionaire people. And I thought, I wonder, yeah, what I am doing with my life. It was like, okay, it's great, I want to help entrepreneurs, but not this kind of entrepreneurs. So that's the reason why I said, okay, I only want to work with great projects, but they are more about sustainability. I'm not saying that I don't like sex, but I said that, you understand. You know what I mean, yeah? Okay. Well, we have Unfrozen. These guys were from Israel, yeah? And they were doing an ice tripping coating, because at the end, if an airplane gets frozen, we're screwed, yeah? Yeah. So they did this ice tripping coating for aviation industry at $800 of a can of 10 liters, and with the 10 liters you can cover up to 1,000 square meters, yeah? So this is the first thing that we do. Yeah, more or less you understand, yeah? So at the end, what we have done, do you understand that if you want to do my job, you can do my job now, yeah? First thing, do you understand the problem that you want to solve, yeah? Then you will say, okay, start quantifying stuff, yeah? And they start quantifying stuff, yeah? Okay, now express me your idea in terms of a deal, yeah? So you're a startup that sells this product to this customer at this price. This is what we do. You can do my job now, yeah? I have been pretending that I don't know how to do my job for the last 50 years, but it's basically this. And then the next thing is to understand that we are in the eternal fight between monkeys and gorillas, yeah? And let me explain you that, because it's somehow cool. So what is a monkey and what is a gorilla? We're talking about companies here. Gorillas are big companies, yeah? And monkeys, small companies, yeah? We can understand that, yeah? The startups are the monkeys in the story, of course, yeah? Monkey is fast, yeah? It jumps a lot, yeah? And it's funny. The gorilla sees a monkey, says, oh, that's funny. But the gorilla eats all the food because it's bigger, yeah? Yeah. So when the monkey becomes a gorilla, maybe they will kill the gorilla and they will become the new gorilla, yeah? So this is more or less how it works. For example, imagine, Android, yeah? Maybe some of you, I'm sure that you have Android in your phone, yeah? When Android started, do you know who it was the most important company doing smartphones? Well, not smartphones, sorry, phones, because there were not smartphones at that time.
BlackBerry.
Oh, well, BlackBerry, yes, BlackBerry was important. Yeah, it was true. It was true. Symbian was they were somehow smart. Yeah, I was looking about the Nokia 3310. Yeah, so Nokia was betting on batteries. Yeah. And these guys decided to do an operating system for phones, yeah, at the end. And I imagine the guys from Nokia saying, do you know that there are some small companies that are now doing operating system for phones? And they were saying, wow, see, our users only want to play Snake. They will be doing things like that, yeah. And at the end, Google bought Android, yeah. So Android was the monkey and Nokia was the gorilla. Yeah, so we have an example here. Well, we have been talking about Netflix. I don't know if you know what is a blockbuster. Well, we call them video club. Yeah, it's a place where you go and you rent films. Yeah, at the beginning, Netflix was that, But the first innovation that they introduced was that you could have a subscription instead of renting one. Yeah, so I rent and I pay. Yeah, they say no, you just pay 30 euros per month and you can rent as many as you want. Yeah. Next thing that they did was that they had like a small Dropbox where you could put the films that you wanted to return. Yeah. The next thing that they do was so let's do it by shipping. Yeah, you can send and I will send it to your house. Yeah. And then the last thing that they do was why don't we create like a digital video show? Yeah. So of course they were a small monkey introducing small innovations, and they became the new gorilla. Well, you know Spotify as well, yeah? You know Spotify, yes? There's no many music shops anymore, yeah? There's,
Just one reminder that we
Yes.
have to remember that Spotify has never made a profit in their history.
That's true, that's true.
So it's nice to be big, but it would be nicer to be profitable, so.
In fact, if you're not profitable, you die.
More than they are producing, right?
That's true, yeah? I will give you the word right now. That's something important, yeah? In fact, I had the chance to talk with the guys with Spotify, and they told me, now we are all day dealing with our lawyers, and we are in a constant, how can we say that, fight between the discographies, the owners, yeah? It's a nightmare for them, yeah? I don't know who was the first one. I think that it was you, yeah? What, or you? Yeah, sorry.
I would just like to say that Netflix, even though it was a revolutionary company and became a gorilla, does not really have a unique differentiator now. It's getting like beaten by Disney Plus, Hulu, and Showtime. So it's kind of watered down. It doesn't have a moat to defend its core business.
You know what is the problem? The problem is that to become a gorilla is a huge problem. To stay as a gorilla, that's a nightmare. Yeah, you're totally right, my friend. That's true. That's true. In fact, if we want to think about a gorilla that has been a gorilla for many years, it could be Apple, for example. Yeah. And right now, if you compare the new iPhones with the iPhone from last year and the iPhone from last year, there's not so huge difference anymore. Yeah, it's like incremental. They are not breakthroughs anymore. Yeah, they are not disruption anymore. Yeah, or this is what I think. But you're right. You're right. To become a gorilla is very difficult. To stay as a gorilla, very difficult because there's a lot of monkeys. You're right. And it was you, sorry? It was you, the other hand? No?
I totally.
I thought that you were. Okay. Well, Madrid Rock, by the way, was a disco shop in one of the most important streets in Madrid. There are still two guys at the door of Madrid Rock, but there's no Madrid Rock anymore. Yeah. So, but they are still there, waiting for their shop to come back. Yeah. Well, we have Circa as well. Circa, what they introduced was that you could rent a car anywhere, and you could return the car anywhere. Yeah. And Avis is the typical one. Yeah. The standard one. At the end, Avis, but both Circa. Yeah. Well, we have WhatsApp, our main telecommunication company in Spain is Telefónica. It's important in other places as well. Yeah. Telefónica decided to give free SMS when WhatsApp appeared. Yeah. With 1,000 free SMS, we will beat WhatsApp. There's no problem. Yeah. The gorilla, yeah, in the jungle he was okay. Yeah, they were okay. At the end, they decided to create like a WhatsApp. Yeah. They hired some telecommunication engineers to program the new WhatsApp from Telefónica. That of course it was going to be better than WhatsApp. Yeah. They discovered that they lost the battle when even the guys who programmed that thing were using WhatsApp to talk about the project. Yeah. Well, BlaBlaCar is like a car sharing. Yeah. Alsa is a typical one from buses. Yeah. Well, we have Airbnb and Hilton. Airbnb is making money. Yeah. There was a funny story between the community manager from Hilton and the community manager from Airbnb. The guy from Hilton said, "We are going to open 300 new rooms in the next 3 months." And the guy from Airbnb replied in Twitter, "We open 300 new rooms every 3 minutes." Yeah, that was the, yeah, it was, yeah. Uber and the taxi, I'm not going to talk about that. And Dollar Shave Club and Gillette. You know Dollar Shave Club? Yeah? All of you? No? Let me show you a small video. It's like 1 minute video. ¿Están los sentados así? Okay, what do you think about this idea? You know, one of the things that I try to do with some startups is, you know, they have a product that you buy once and trying to help them transform that into a subscription. Subscriptions sometimes it's a really good idea, yeah, because you know that you're gonna have payments every month, yeah, and that's why if you can make it. In some businesses, it doesn't make any sense, yeah. Okay, but my question: what do you think about this idea? The idea, well, about the app, you could tell me, you know, it's a bit racist. It's a bit, you know, it's maybe too. I don't know what you think about the app, yeah. But what do you think about the idea? Just tell me. You think that it will work? I see you doing, yeah?
I mean, I think it works.
It's worth trying, yeah?
Yeah, I would say razors are pretty damn expensive, so
That's true.
I could see that work.
They are so expensive that I decided not to save myself anymore. Totally right, my friend, yeah. What do you think? Will work? Yes?
Well, subscriptions work because people are damn lazy.
Damn?
Damn lazy.
Yes.
So even, I mean, I have a Netflix account. The other family members are using it, but not as much anymore because there's HBO and so on. But people think that, oh, it's only, you know, $7.99 per month. So it doesn't hurt me being a subscriber, even though I don't have the need.
I think that many subscriptions are not needed. They are not really solving a problem. Let me show you one example, because I totally agree with you. Let me see. You know this one? It's called onthatapps.com. It's you subscribe, and for 10 euros, you receive a new boxer every month to your house. You don't even decide the model. You just receive the model. Yeah, that's it. How it works. Yeah, 10 euros. The first one is for free. Yeah, so you can subscribe. You receive one for free, and the next month you unsubscribe, and that's it. And you never pay anything. Yeah? Yes. Yeah. So yes, and I would say it's not just for being lazy. You know, why are you doing that? You know, it's like what they say is that it's because it's the surprise effect. Yeah? That you're gonna receive something that you don't know. Yeah. They work as a business. They are spending a lot of money in marketing, as you can imagine as well. But what I want to tell you is that there are too many subscriptions right now. Yeah.
And it also works in B2B because if you, for example, are selling a marketing technology, like automated marketing technology or some cloud services, the marketing manager says, I cannot buy any technology because I don't have the investment budget.
Yeah.
But I can use services without talking to technology managers. So it happens, even the subscription happens also in B2B nowadays, because the fixed cost and investment is turned into a continuous flow of money that feels like a smaller investment, but of course over time you pay more because somebody must have the benefits, right?
Yeah. Again,
nobody's doing this for fun.
It's exactly.
So somebody will take the money.
In fact, you know, everything is about storytelling with a happy ending. Yeah, and we will talk about that later. Yeah, and the happy ending when you are B2B is that, and thanks to my product or thanks to my service, you make more money because that's B2B. Yeah, that's a B2B story. That's what the customer wants to hear. Yeah, and right now it's like everything has been transformed into AAS. You know this? For example, service as a service, no? or better, software as a service. Yeah. Or product as a service, yeah, sometimes, yeah. What is software as a service? Yeah, software as a service is super. That when you were buying, you know, Office 365, at the beginning, I was buying Microsoft Office, and it was mine, and that's it. Now I need to pay every year, yeah. So now it's software as a service. So everything in B2B also try to make subscriptions, just using the sexy word SaaS. Yeah, software as a service, yeah, but I have seen, no, we are a PaaS, program as a service, or whatever. They are invented even new words, but all of them finish with as a service, yeah, something important, yeah. Well, if you wonder yourself if these guys became a gorilla or not, you know Unilever. Unilever are the owner of these brands that you can see here. But in Spain, no, it's important, more or less. Hellman is also important. Lipton, Magnum, yeah. This one that is called good humor is called Frigo in Spain, by the way, because what these guys, the guys from Unilever, what they do was to buy the most important ice cream brand in every country, and they were using the same logo, but with the name that they used to have, the company that they bought there, yeah? So good humor, yeah? Unilever, yeah? They're very important. So this is what happened. Unilever buys DollarSafe Club for $1 billion. $1 billion is a lot of money. I don't know. What would you do with $1 billion? I wouldn't be here. Yes, so, and I don't know, maybe Gillette, when they saw the ad from Nike, they will say, oh, it's a funny monkey. They are starting, you know, but they are not going to steal our market, yeah? So Unilever bought DollarSafe Club for $1 billion. No, it's not bad. Well, it's 1 American billion, yeah? You know, in Europe, 1 billion is like
9 zeros.
Yeah, it's a lot of zeros, yeah? It's three zeros less in America, so it's not so much money at the end. Yeah, well, this is what I wanted to tell you. So at the end, well, in theory, I understand that I need to tell my entrepreneurs that they need to quantify stuff, that they need to express into a business opportunity, that they need to understand the problem, and I need to treat them like monkeys that are going to become gorillas, yeah? I have seen only a few monkeys who became gorillas, it's true, yeah? But how would I start, yeah? Well, another thing that I need to understand, I'm just trying just to explain you the basics of what it took me like 10 years to understand in my case, yeah? That a startup, it's a lie, you know, it's a lie. You know what's a startup? Well, everybody talks about startups right now, yeah? The guy, this guy, let me go back to the video. Is reading this book. Let me see. I think that it's open. Yeah. I need to see the screen. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, it's here. Look, this book.
Stop paying for shit tech you don't need, and stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Papa.
Oh yeah.
My father had one.
Spending $20 a month on could use it. And do you like spending?
You see this book? This book is super famous for startups. It's called The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. Yeah, I think that it's a joke about all the startups that are appearing right now. If I just look for them, look. I really recommend the book. It's really good. Yeah, it has changed my life because you know I work thanks to this book. Yeah, The Lean Startup. You see, is the book that the guy is reading. Yeah.
Can you keep it there? If you end up working in a big company,
mm-hmm.
The red book there is how big companies could operate the startup way.
Yeah.
Put this mentality into big companies. I think that is what big companies are now doing. That how can they create kind of a internal monkeys? But it's bloody difficult.
Well, in fact, this is what I would really like to talk about with you. This is my legacy, what I would really like you to understand, what is that mindset that our friend is talking about, yeah? But let's understand that. Well, what do you think that is a startup? Define startup without looking in Google, without Googling it. What is a startup? What do you think? Somebody? Startup? What is a startup? Startup? Are you a startup? Yeah? No?
I mean, it's a built-in idea, I would say. It's like, it's modeling, I would say it's a real model for an idea, and an idea goes to innovator.
I like that. Yeah, I like that, yeah. It's a model, it's creating a model, yeah. It's like predicting the future, forecasting the future, yeah. It's like, let's build something that works in a piece of paper, and let's do all the things that we need to do to know if it's going to work in the real world. I like that definition. Yeah, thank you very much. So I don't buy it. Yeah. Any other idea about startups? Let me show you the definition by Steve Lang. Steve Lang is the teacher from Eric Ries, the guy who wrote that book. Yeah, the Lean Startup. Temporary organization designed to search for a repeatable and scalable business model. So it has the word model that you were saying as well. Yeah. It's temporary. So startups are not forever. Yeah. There are some big companies that they say that they are startups. It's just marketing. They are not startups. They are successful companies. Yeah. And that they are designed to look for models that are repeatable and scalable, that can make money. Yeah. Eric Ries, the guy from the latest startup, said, "It's a human institution. I don't know why the guy needed to put human." Yeah. I would like to ask him that. It's because aliens or robots can create startups. I don't know, but he needed to put human in the definition, yeah? But it's a human institution designed to create a new product or service under conditions of extreme uncertainty, yeah? This is what he said, yeah? Well, both definitions are more or less the same, yeah? Because we are trying to create a new business model, a new way to do things, and of course, we are creating a new product. There is somehow innovation there, yeah? But I explain it like this, yeah? This is the book of Lean Startup explained in 30 seconds. So we designed something that worked in a piece of paper. Yeah. The only thing that we need is a piece of paper. We will write in that piece of paper the what we think that is key, that is core to a business. To create something that works in a piece of paper is really difficult. Believe me. Yeah. But it's far much easier than creating something that works in the real world. You can imagine that. Yeah. Of course. Yes. No. Yeah. Okay. So they create something that works in a piece of paper. Then they get out of the building, they get out of their comfort zone, and they validate all the stuff, all the supposition, assumptions that they have written in that piece of paper. With that, two things. That everything that they wrote in that piece of paper is correct, so they validate it, that's fantastic, or that they discover that it was not true. So what they do is to go back to the piece of paper, they change some stuff, they pivot what they say, yeah, and they start again the process. So when a startup tells me, I don't know this data, I don't know how to quantify, the number that I'm going to put is not going to be accurate. I say, that's okay. You put the number, validate the number, and then come back if the number was not correct. But if you don't put any numbers here, if you don't quantify stuff, you're going to be stuck here, and you're going to be screwed. Yeah? And if I wanted to be fact, I would be helping the guy from the Tinder app that we were talking about. Yeah. So you understand what I mean? Yeah. You understand the process? That's Lean Startup in 30 seconds. Yeah. Oh. Then Alex Osterwalder decided that he wanted to be a millionaire as well. Yeah. And he did his PhD on business models. And he said, a business model describes the rationale of how an organization creates, delivers, and captures value. What the heck? Yeah? Creates, how we create product or something that we're going to sell. Delivers, somebody buy it, yeah? And capture, we make money with that, yeah? And he created this model that this is what people usually write in that piece of paper that I was telling you. It's not an empty paper, it's an empty paper with this structure, yeah? Have you ever known about the business model? Yeah?
Today they have a workshop about the business model.
That's great. So in fact of explaining the boxes, I'm going to go directly to the example. That's fantastic. Yeah? But that's what I mean, you know. What I wanted to tell you is that I wanted to explain you the mindset, yeah? So the mindset is, okay, let's do something that works in that piece of paper and then we will validate it, yeah? I will explain you how, yeah? This is the business model. Oh, that's great. Oh, you're going to use it, so that's fantastic. Yeah?
Before the customer.
This is the business model from Santa Claus. You know who is Santa Claus? Do you still believe in Santa Claus? Thank you. So I need you guys. Who are, I will explain you how I analyze a company or how I use the business model canvas. So, first of all, who are the customer segments from Santa Claus? Children. All children?
Yes.
Good children. The ones who behave. That's true. That's true. Thank you very much. That's it. What is the value proposition from Santa Claus?
Gifts.
Gifts. Yeah. Yeah. It's happiness. Imagine that I was trying to get a new investor with me, and I have a value proposition, and I will say, children with toys are 99% happier than children without toys. So we need to create like a party in which every family spends a lot of money buying toys. Yeah? You will say, okay, so but that's not super good, yeah, for the world. Yeah, we're going to overproduce a lot of stuff. Yeah, but what is Christmas, guys? You know Christmas, yeah? It's a so yes. So value proposition would be buy a lot of stuff for good children. Yeah, that's it. What is the customer? What are the channels that we use? Well, to be honest, when I'm helping a startup, we not only define the distribution channel. The distribution channel would be this magical slate with the reindeers. Yeah, we define all kind of channels. Yeah, what channels I like to define here? So, for example, advertisement channels. Yeah, and you know, I'm a geek about marketing, but I'm going to simplify a bit the stuff, yeah? At least think about two kind of channels here. The ones that they use to look for you are the ones that you use to make them aware that you exist, yeah? So, you know, if we talk about the sales funnel, so that would be two different stages, yeah? But it's not the same, for example, what I put in my website so that when they look for me, they find me in thanks to SEO, to CEO, yeah? Or it's not the same that what kind of advertising we put, for example, in Facebook or Instagram in order to make them aware that they have a problem that they need to solve with us, yeah? So try to distinguish these two, yeah? Then we have purchase channels. How do they buy, yeah? Then also we have distribution. And then we also have after sales channels, yeah? So if you want to do a good job, if you're going to work with that, define these four kind of channels when you talk about channels here, yeah? But in this case, as you see, they are only defining the distribution channel that really makes us special, that is the magical slave with the flying reindeers and all that, yeah? Okay, let's go for the revenue streams. The revenue streams are the milk and biscuits that they leave for us, yeah? Okay, for Santa Claus. Let's talk about the other side, yeah? Because at the end, this is how we manage to deal with customers. Let's talk about our internal things, yeah? What are the key resources that we have? So we have a magical reindeer with a GPS integrated in his nose. We have the reindeer, the sleigh. We have the elves, yeah, that they don't look like Legolas, but at least they are really good producing toys, yeah, okay. And what are the key activities? What are key activities? Key activities are things that we do that nobody can do better than us, yeah. Imagine that you were the owners of Amazon, yeah. So in Amazon, who do you think that manages the platform, Amazon platform? Amazon, yeah. They don't outsource that. They don't have somebody else managing the platform there, or the artificial intelligence that they use and all that. This is what makes them special, yeah. So in our case, what they do is to deliver a lot of parcels in only one night, yeah. This is what we do that nobody can do better than us. But for example, the way that we have the letters from our users is thanks to the postal shipment. We don't do that. Somebody else do it for us, yeah? And well, I have put here the white skins. Do you know who are the white skins? Yeah? The white skins are really important, for example, in Spain, yeah? So here we have two things. These guys are competitors of Santa Claus. Do you think that the white skins are competitors from Santa Claus? Nobody thinks of the white skins in the 24th of December, and nobody remembers the fat guy in January when the white skins come to Spain, yeah? What they have done here is to say, okay, I'm not going to say anything in December, but January is fine, yeah? This is illegal. This is what we call cartel, yeah? Cartels also happens, for example, with electric companies when they decide, okay, so let's charge our users this price, yeah? So we will be happy. Or I'm going to be in this area in Spain, and you're going to be in that area, okay? So that everybody is going to be millionaire here, yeah? That's illegal. You can't do that. But, you know, I think that there is like a legal cartel between Santa Claus and the white skins, yeah? And what about the cost structure? So I still believe in magic. I'm still waiting for my letter for Hogwarts. So we'll say that we don't understand the cost structure. This left side of the canvas is really important too. Yeah, because imagine that we would like to create a company that it's an app to hire me to wash to clean your clothes. Yeah, so I could do two things. I could buy 500 washing machines. Yeah, or I could outsource that to subcontract another company that owns 500 washing machines to clean your clothes. Yeah, at the end. So what do you think that is better? I buy 500 machines and I clean I wash the clothes, or I subcontract that from somebody else? The second one? Yeah. Would the first one be incorrect? I don't know. Yeah. It depends. Yeah. Maybe we could start subcontracting and then we will decide. So for example, case one. Yeah, I'm going to case one. The case one is that we buy this is, oh, sorry, it's this one goes. Yeah, this is the left side of the canvas. Yeah, so here we have key resources, here we have key activities, here we have strategic partners, and here we have cost structure. Yeah, so we buy 500 washing machines. Yeah, so key resource, we have 500 washing machines. Key activities, we clean. Yeah, we wash the clothes. And strategic partners could be the marketing guys. Yeah, and what are my costs? So the maintenance of the 500 machines, the working staff for cleaning, and what I need to pay for the marketing. Yeah, that would be the left side, and it's perfectly fine. Yeah, you understand this part? Yeah, okay. Let's do it the other way around, what you were proposing. Yeah, so in that case, my key resource, well, I'm going to start again. So my key resource would be my contract with my friend. Yeah, that's my key resource. I have a contract with this company. Why is a key resource? Because if somebody else wants to start the same business, they don't have a contract with this important company. I have. That's a key resource from my side. Yeah, my key activities could be marketing in this case, and for example managing the app, for example. Yeah, and the strategic partner could be the washing machines company. Yeah, and what are my cost structure to pay these guys, all the marketing activities, whatever. Yeah. So what you say is that what we could conclude here is that this side would be the same thing for both startups, but the way that we operate our model would be totally different, and maybe one would be more likely to succeed than the other one. Yeah, you understand? And the only thing that we changed was to buy 500 washing machines or not. Yeah. Yeah, so you feel ready to use this thing, the business model. And let me finish with two small things. First one is that, okay, what is the best customer segment to start? Yeah, this is because for example, you know, I just want to conclude with two main ideas. Yeah. So the problem is to select who should be in this list. Who should I put in the customer segments? Who should I put here? A list of potential customer segments or only one? What do you think? List or one? I'm going to repeat the question. I have customer segments. I always start the business model canvas with customer segments. What do you think that we should put in here? A list of potential customer segments or only one that I have chosen? I'll go with one. Only one. I will tell you what. If you want to put a list, just have many canvases and you put one in every canvas. Why is that? Because maybe when you put a customer segment here, the channels that you're going to use are totally different for one customer segment than for the next customer segment. So only tell a story. Don't tell 20 stories in a page like this one. Yeah, this is what I would tell you. Do you concur? Do you agree? Yes?
The thing is that sometimes you cannot have just one customer. Like, I understand, only if you tell me that the customer segment you're talking about is our end user.
Yes.
Your end user, that's it. Okay.
In that case, yes, yes.
Then,
Well, yes and no. Yeah. Okay. It's a bit complex, but yes. For example, first of all, sometimes you have a multi-site business. For example, I don't know. I connect two guys here. For example, Airbnb. We have the owners and we have the users. Yeah. I don't own any room. Yeah. I don't own a hotel. I just manage how you communicate to each other, and I will obtain like commission, yeah, like a fee for that. Yeah. In that case, of course, I'm going to have two customer segments because both are paying to me. Yeah. In that case, yes, you can have two customer segments in your canvas, but it's because they are interdependent. Yeah. Another thing is that, you know, I'm B2B, but I'm not selling to buy-end user. So then in the canvas, the one that you need to put is the one who is signing your invoices. Yeah, is what I would say. And in that case, I would put only one. Even that, of course, I need to consider the final user.
So you're basically saying you need the direct customers. Like
Yes. Yeah. Your direct customer is the one, even that you need to take into account the whole story.
Yeah, and interdependent.
Yes, and when they're interdependent, of course you will have two, but there's no way. For example, imagine that I don't know that Instagram exists, and I would like to create an app to share pictures. Yeah, you could tell me, well, Instagram is for everyone. Yeah, but if we only have 300 euros for marketing, what customer segment I would try to compare? So we could do like a brainstorming, for example. Yeah. So it could be for professional photographers, yeah, that they want to share their creations with others, yeah. It could be for web designers that they need a repository of images. It could be for architects, yeah, that need to share also, yeah, things like that. Or for medical photography, or for weddings and things like that. Or, for example, there is an app that it became very popular that it's all the attendees to a wedding. They took a lot of pictures and they shared the pictures with the groom and bride. Yeah, so that's like an Instagram, but it's an Instagram only for weddings. Yeah, we have also for babies. You know, during pandemics, everybody that was having a baby, you couldn't go there to the hospital to visit the girl. Yeah, so yeah, it was a good idea to have like a place where you can share pictures from your baby. Yeah, or it could be even for people who like to take selfies in the bathroom. Yeah, and yeah, so maybe it would be the same technology, but it's totally different. And different customer segment and different canvases. Yeah, so we need to pick one. Yeah, which one is the best one to start? Well, this is another example. This is a real example of a startup. They created an ink-free printer. It's a printer that doesn't need ink to work. Yeah, and what we do, it's okay. Who could be interested in this? A lot of people. Yeah, but it could be interested companies, to us at home, universities, architects that they need big plotter. Book printers, newspaper printers, you know, there's a lot of potential users. Maybe it would be based on the same technology, but the product is totally different. Yeah. See? So the first customer segment is called beachhead market. And we need to pick one small segment at the beginning, yeah? And we establish credibility and then we expand. This is how it works. Yeah. And we have some questions, you know, I don't have time to explain you, but we have like a small table that we use in order to pick the first customer segment. As for example, if the decision-making process is easy, this is the decision-making process. How many people is participating in making the decision of buying that? For example, imagine that you say, okay, I could start with my product with a restaurant in my neighborhood, that I go to that restaurant and I talk directly to the owner, or I could go for franchises, for example, McDonald's. That the case of McDonald's can't change anything, you know. They need to talk to the supervisors and the supervisor of the supervisor, so it looks easier. Yeah. For example, imagine that I would like to buy a sexual doll, not sexual doll, a new motorbike. Yeah. Imagine that I would like to buy a new motorbike. There is somebody in my house who has veto power. Yeah. If my wife says that I can have a new motorbike, I'm not having a new motorbike. Yeah. So we need to understand the decision-making unit. And sometimes I will need to make some messages to the guy with veto power, even that is not the economic buyer. Yeah. So think about that as well. So at the end, what we say is that if the decision-making process is easy and short, start in that way, yeah? They have money, start with guys with big money. You could tell me, but I want to have big impact. I would like to start in the third world. That's fantastic. But this is like flying in Ryanair. You know how it works, flying in Ryanair? Have you flown in Ryanair? Yes? Yeah. So basically, what it happens is that if the cockpit loses oxygen pressure, you will need to put an euro and you have an oxygen mask. This is how it works. Yeah, it's Ryanair. Of course, you need to pay. Yeah, for the oxygen mask.
Yeah.
Well, I think that you don't have to pay, but give it some time. Yeah. And at the end, if you're traveling with your baby, with your kid, who is the first one who needs to have the mask? You or the baby?
You.
Yes. And you could say, no, but for me, the life of my kid is more important. But if you don't save yourself first, you're not going to be there to save your child, yeah? So this is more or less the same. If you want to go for a not so well-funded customer segments, it is better to start with the general rule is to start in the customer segments that have more money, so that, yeah, when you have money, when you have saved yourself, you can go to other customer segments that have less money. If they have a big problem, if there are few competitors, if that will give you credibility to jump to the next segment. And of course, if you like this customer segment, why is that? Because you will need to keep convincing, persuading them to buy your product. If you don't like them, you're not going to sell anything. Yeah? So these are the typical questions that I ask to select one customer segment to start. Yeah? And I do a table like this one. Yeah? They put some numbers, and at the end, the one with the highest score is the one where they start. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to tell you. I have a lot of things to tell you, but I can't do it. But I want to tell you about the sexy plan. Can I tell you something about the sexy plan? Yeah. Before we go. Yeah. The sexy plan, it's a DNA altered plant. Yeah. That was designed by some guys from the Polytechnic of Valencia. Yeah. From this university. Because at the end, the thing is that imagine some bats that they want to eat the rice crop fields here in Valencia, yeah? And imagine that they can reproduce because we kill them with pesticides. That's an option, yeah? Another option is the sexy plant. The sexy plant is called the sexy plant because it generates sexual pheromones, yeah? You know, I never know that when I decided to go for sustainability, I was going to keep working on sex anyway, yeah? But the sexual pheromones that they were doing attract the male bats because it smells exactly like the female bats. So every time that a male bat says, that it smells like a female bat, what they find is the plant. So they are not able to find the female bats to reproduce. So at the end they die. Yeah. So it's a green pesticide, as you can see. Yeah. So that's a good idea. So they created this way. They said, okay, I'm going to start in the Valencian region. Then I will try to conquer the whole Spain. Then Italy, then Europe, and then the world. Yeah, this is the plan that they decided to start with rice in Valencia. The only thing that I don't like about this work plan is that they put Spain inside Italy. Yeah, but besides that, that's correct. And well, you know, there are other ones. And of course, at the end, in the customer segment, well, you will put who is your customer segment, and you could even say what is the discount market. So the small part of that customer segment where you're going to start. Yes, so for example, in this case, they find a buyer persona, girls from 20 to 38, and the discount market was following sustainable brands in Instagram and living in retailing. Yeah, so that would be. But it's the same customer segment, but the discount market. And try to quantify them as I told you. And last but not least, value proposition. If you will need to do an elevator pitch, you will need to do a pitch with your ideas. Yeah. Basically, all the structures of elevator pitch. I told you lean startup in 30 seconds. I'm going to tell you elevator pitch in 30 seconds too. Yeah. Bob is sad.
They did it yesterday. Elevator pitch. They did it yesterday.
You did?
Yes.
You tell me if it was something like that. Bob is sad. 50,000 Bobs in Valencia. But here I am with this solution that is much cheaper than the ones that are being developed by others, and now the 50,000 Bobs are going to be happy. Thank you very much. That's an elevator pitch. And this is what I was telling you, it's storytelling, yeah? It's storytelling at the end. It's totally different between B2C and B2B. In B2C, it is because you are cheaper or you are better. And for me, better is everything that doesn't mean cheaper, that don't mean cheaper. And business, B2B, is thanks to me, you make more money. Yeah. I will send you this slide because maybe it could be useful for you, because I have lots of examples. But for example, B2C, I told you cheaper or better. Yeah. Better is everything that is not cheaper, as you can see. Yeah. And in B2B, it's because we are cheaper, because we are better, so you can make more money because you can increase your prices too. Yeah, it's because I reduce your capital investment because my machine can produce more in less time. Yeah, so you will make more money. Or I improve your competitive position. Thanks to me, you are going to be greener. And I think thanks to this greenwashing, you are going to access to this market that is a green customer people. And at the end, as they are aware, they will buy more things from you, and you will have more money. Yeah. So at the end, it's like the end of a B2B story is about you will make more money thanks to me. We could keep talking about that much time, you know. Well, this is a real example. Define value proposition sometimes is easier, yeah, and cheaper than my competitors, yeah. But sometimes, try to do my job as well. They come with ideas like this one. I want to do a coffin that is made from recycled materials. Yeah, as you see, this used to be a door. Now it's a coffin. Yeah. What is my value proposition? Imagine that you need to do a business model canvas about this idea, and you need to put something in the value proposition. What are you going to put there? I don't even know who is my customer yet. What am I going to put in the value proposition? Sometimes they, you know, every day they come with a different idea. Yeah? I need to help them define some reasons that I don't know at the beginning. I'm not an expert in all the sectors, as you can imagine. Yeah, I'm not an expert in any sector, to be honest. Yeah. So, you know, in this case, what I could tell you, if you want to know the answer, is that of course, we could go for two things. We could go for cheaper. There are cheaper materials, so it could be cheaper. Yeah. But we could go for better now. Why better? Because, you know, if I'm climate aware and I'm doing this because I want to go to the alter life, be greener, we could compare the carbon footprint of a regular funeral service and a carbon footprint using this and putting everything in a bucket and say, we're going to reduce the carbon emissions of your death. Yeah. So that you're going to transmit to your lovers and people who care about you in your life that you also want to give a message to go beyond being greener. And with that message, you can be more expensive, you know, because it's the green option. Yeah. So in fact, there are other options. There is an option, yeah, that is popular in other countries. I think that not so much in Spain. That
we have the visit, and we have to finish at 1:30.
No, vamos ya. Yeah. Vamos ya. This is my last slide. Okay. That is like a bag. You put the body here, the dead body here, yeah, and then you transform it in a tree. Yeah. It's also about being green. Well, I just wanted you to reflect about this. The correct mindset is something that is difficult to acquire when you're a startup, but at the end, when you're a startup, you're looking for a business model that will work in the future, and you try to invest money in a very wise way. You try to fail fast and cheap, and when you know that it works, you change your mindset and you start investing in a very you know, aggressive way. That's the difference between a startup and companies. Guys, thank you very much. Let's go and visit.